Let's take a look at Artistic Pursuits, grades K through 3, Book 1. This has 32 lessons in it, so it should take about 32 weeks out of your school year to do, and I typically did an entire lesson in just one day. So let's take a look inside. First we have our materials list, which is great. So before your school year starts, you can get all of your supplies. So that's really nice to know everything you will need so that you're not running to the store and grabbing things at the last minute. So let's take a look at a lesson and see what it's like. Here's a sample lesson. Most lessons are laid out in the same way. So on the first page, you'll learn about the new concept. So this concept here is that artists observe the world. So you'll read this, you'll talk about it together. And then the second page of the lesson is you'll actually look at some artwork and you'll talk about it, and you'll have some questions to ask your children about it. And then on the third page, you will do your art project. This one's a fun one. So this lesson was about how artists observe, and so your child will do a nature hunt, and they will observe, and then they will draw all of the things that they can find. So that's just a fun lesson. So this book 1 covers ancient art. So about halfway through the book, you'll start there on the ancient art, and you talk about where art is found. So one of the earliest dated places art has been found has been in caves, so that's where they start. So you'll learn about how cave art was first discovered in France, and that's some of the oldest art that they have found so far. And you'll actually see the art. This is a real photograph of cave art. You'll talk about it, and then there's an activity to do where you make your own cave art, and that's fun. And then it moves on to things like clay pottery, which is ancient art. Art is found in palaces. We just quickly go through here. There's art in the pyramids, and it just goes through history all the way up until about the medieval time period. So as I said, all the lessons are pretty much laid out the same. You learn about your new idea or concept. So this is art on pots. You'll look at one, you'll talk about it, and then in this lesson you make a pot with clay. So there's a lot of neat activities to do in this book. Some of the activities I really liked were the clay activities, the clay pots and bowls, and one of the activities is making a stained glass window, which you use construction paper and tissue paper to make that, and they look really nice in the windows. Toward the end of the book, one of the activities is you actually make a book and a cover for it, and you illustrate your book, and that is really fun. And you can also, one of the projects is you make a mosaic, and you do other projects using oil pastels, watercolor crayons, soft pastels, pencils, things like that. So I've used this book twice with my kids. Really enjoyed this book very, very much. So the pros for this book are that, you know, the kids really like it. It's very doable, you know, to do just once a week to get it done in the school year. There's a great variety of projects. Some of the cons are that it is kind of expensive, especially if you buy it new. They're like $40. This one says $42.95. So if you buy them new off of their website, it is definitely expensive. I got this one for $20 on eBay. So I would definitely recommend buying these books used. Another con is that the art supplies are kind of expensive, especially if you buy their recommended brands. So I have learned by using these Artistic Pursuits books to just get not the super quality brands. The pictures look very similar whatever brands you buy. I mean, it is just kindergarten and first and second grade, so it's not like you have to buy the most expensive, high quality art supplies. So that would be my recommendation. Those are the only cons I have, is the cost. So if you buy used and you don't buy the super expensive art supplies, it is a great program. And they also have book 2 and book 3 for grades K through 3. So all 3 of the books are great. We've used them all and we really, really enjoy them. So that's all I have for you today. So if you guys have any questions about this book or about artistic pursuits, because we have used 3 of their books already, if you have any questions, just please leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. And I hope you guys have a great day.